Hey everyone, it's Kuya and welcome back to my channel. Last time we were here, we took a look at the new Coral Island 1.0 trailer. And now today we're going to dive in and talk a little bit more about what kind of updates we're going to see with the 1.0 release that comes out on November 14th. Now, if you haven't taken a peek at the trailer yet, I highly recommend it. I promise you'll get very excited about everything that's in there. Or, you can take a peek at my last video if you'd like. Anyway, like I said, today we're going to dive into a few of the more specific details that we're going to see in the actual release of Coral Island. All the information that I'm going to share in this video can also be found on Stairway Games website, and I'll be sure to put the link in the description below. So a few of the key things that their notes cover. First off, when's the release date? We've talked about this time and time again. It is November 14th, only a few short weeks away. And I know some gamers are wondering which platforms can you get Coral Island on. When the 1.0 release comes out, it will be available on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. The team is looking into releasing Coral Island for the Nintendo Switch as well, but that won't be until later. Right now, they're kind of targeting sometime in 2024 for a release for the Switch. And another thing I want to note with the new release is there will be a price change. Currently under early access on Steam, which is where I purchased Coral Island from, it is $24.99 US. When the 1.0 launch happens, it will be adjusted accordingly due to the added content in the game, and it will go up to $29.99 for US dollars. So that's definitely something to think about as we get closer and closer to the launch date in November. And some of the things I am looking forward to: what kind of gaming content are we going to have in the release? Of course, we have a deeper dive into the storyline of Coral Island. One thing I'm looking forward to are more NPC interactions, more cutscenes, more heart events, and just more dialogue overall that we'll have with the NPCs that we all love so much. And going off of that, we'll also be able to get married and have a family in the game. And in the teaser trailer, the weddings looked absolutely magical. I also may or may not be planning my own wedding currently, so I'm feeling just a little extra excited. As we keep talking about the NPCs, we will also see additional seasonal outfits for all the seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. I almost forgot the order of the seasons. And then for our characters, we are going to have over 200 clothing options, as well as over 200 decor items to choose from. We'll also be able to adopt a pet. The pets are absolutely adorable, so I'm really looking forward to being able to adopt pets in the game, especially because I am an animal, specifically a dog lover. I am an animal lover myself. And speaking of pets, we'll also be able to acquire a mythical pet. I'm very intrigued. Some other things we'll have more access to are further diving depth, so we'll be able to go further and further into the ocean, as well as the mines. Earth, water, wind, and fire. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop him, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. Now 100 years have passed, and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. I'll stop. Sorry. I totally derailed. We're totally derailed. All right, what were we talking about? Okay, and then a few other new gaming content things that are coming. There will be a total of 8 festivals within the game, and each will have their own mini games as well. And of course, we will get to meet more of the merfolk NPCs and explore their kingdom, plus a whole lot more that we get to discover with the release. And one of the last things that I want to talk about that I've been asked quite a bit about on stream is the save reset. Now, I know it's something that a handful of us might not be particularly excited about, especially if you put so much time into a current save file that you're working on in early access. But try and look at it this way. Now there will be so many new updates, so many new things to explore, that maybe a start from scratch won't be the worst thing. You get to experience the game with kind of like a fresh set of eyes again. As for me, I'm someone who I tend to chronically restart games. However, I will say Coral Island has been different for me in that I have one save file I have been working on since the beginning of early access. But for a lot of other farm sims, I start over and over and over because I forget where I left off and what I was doing. But I think it's a really good sign that I don't do that with Coral Island. So with the release of 1.0, essentially it's going to be a different game. Coral Island has changed so much from the beginning of early access to now, there are so many fundamental changes that have happened, so many more features, that the saves just simply won't be compatible. But there is some good news. All of us will be able to keep our hard-earned coin. So there is going to be a new Game Plus mode, and that's what will allow you to keep the gold that you have. And same with any charity DLC, that will also carry over to 1.0. So overall, even if we might be a little disappointed that our current saves won't be compatible with the 1.0 release, again, just kind of look at it as a new journey, that we're playing a new game, and really there's going to be so much more to discover that fresh save file might feel really refreshing. So even though there is a lot coming with the 1.0 release on November 14th, we can't forget about all the continued updates that the dev team is working on, and they have a whole roadmap for 2024. And all of these 2024 updates will be compatible with 1.0. So that is something we won't have to worry about. So as far as Coral Island has come, there's still a lot we get to look forward to. And again, you know where you can find me on November 14th. I'll be on Coral Island.